Hello guys, well thank you to the subscribers who have, and thank you for liking the videos and reels that I do put up. Well, I'm only going to say the Watts case, right? My opinion, I've got facts and I've got proof, but I'm not putting it out just for 16 subscribers. But anyway, sitting listening. Now, Chris Watts is on about he turned into a killer because Shanann spent 600, near $900, sorry, on the gender reveal. Now, this is what he's playing on. So, I was absolutely disgusted in that. I mean, I've been told back in 2018 she could have got a really good cake for around about $200-300, right? Which I've been told that was quite a lot back in 2018, especially the debt, considering the debt they were in, right? But this is not about that. But the first person to give Chris and Nicole Kessinger away was Nate's camera. The second people, when it went on the news that night, on the 13th, when the news crews came out on the 14th, that night Anadarko emailed them that day, gave them an email and two names. The two names were Nicole Kessinger and Christopher Watts, right? Now, I hope you're watching this video because it's the way it continue, right? Now, what gets me is, right, now I've got it all undocumented and Frank saying it, and even after the murders, when he speaks to the police, he's still not got a bad thing to say about Chris. Not a bad thing. The only thing he did notice when they were in North Carolina was he was getting a bit nippy with the kids, right? So apart from that, right, his Fitbit on the 12th, right? Now, wait a minute. Yeah, his Fitbit, so that was still would have connected to his iPhone 6S, because I've always had an iPhone. I had a fitness watch at first before I went with Apple, and that connected to my data, so it done like my steps, sleeping pattern, everything like that. Told me every time when I was awake, if I was in a good sleep, deep sleep. You know what I'm saying. Everybody wears some now. But on the 12th, he done 3,792 steps, right? Now, bear in mind, he was at a party. So, if you've seen the original, you'll see him playing about with the girls. And he's even playing in the paddling pool with them. But, like Jeremy said, he didn't think about it until you actually look at him behind Bella and Celeste. He looks creepy. So, he's done, bear in mind he's been at this birthday party, right? So, on the 13th, right, so he slept on that, going into the 12th. He slept 6 hours, 21 minutes. And then his activity on, now he done 1.4 miles. That's his activity, that's including walking and running. Now, on the day of the murders, he done 1,581 steps. Activity 0.58 miles. Flights climbed 3. Now, to me, is walking through the basement 1. Walking to upstairs 2. Now, you hear Frank in his interview telling the FBI it wasn't strange for Shanann's phone to be where it was filmed, where Nicholas filmed it on the settee. Like you said, she could have maybe been sleeping there. It wouldn't have been unusual, just so she wouldn't have waking anybody up. Now, you hear it clear as day, Frank telling the FBI that if Shanann had been awake, he thinks if Shanann had been awake, there's no way he'd have looked like he did. Now, I think there's there's YouTubers out there I've noticed, right, that I think are getting a wee bit infatuated with the case of Shanann, right? It's sad what happened to Shanann. My heart goes out to the Rosics, right? We all see Nicole Kessinger coming out the garage, right? Now, the questions are asked still unanswered, right? They are never ever going to get looked into. I mean, you go on YouTube to see if Summon Goods came out, right? It's either spiritual thing. Now, I've been told by a spiritualist, right, that you cannot always, like, believe what they're telling you. I mean, I've had my kids through to me, but yeah, things that they've said, I've been wow. Same with the rods. I do them myself, but for my personal ways, right? There's no gift, or I believe if they want to come to you, they will. So anyway, we'll get back to the watch, right? There's always something like, do I think Nicole Kessinger walked away free? Yeah, right? Loads of unanswered questions. But do I think Nicole Kessinger's phone is either pinged? In my opinion, it's either pinged, because everybody's number has got a mobile ping, right? Now, I'm no Chris fan or Nicole Kessinger fan at all. And Maz, she should have walked away, and he shouldn't have even been looking. But, like I said, he did. He got the taste. I actually think he got the taste. Shanann couldn't have known about the Anadarko gift cards. I mean, if Shanann knew about the gift cards, do you not think she would have clicked on sooner? Rather than him taking the call out on them. So I didn't think Shanann knew about the gift cards either. But I have wrote things down about that, and I mean, trying to blame it on a stupid gender reveal, really? No, Chris, you took it upon yourself to kill your girls. Celeste and Shanann have the same autopsy, collapsed lung. Chris, you pressured, that could only have happened if you put pressure on. Bella is totally different. Bella fought you back, and you put her in that tank alive. And that's the truth of the story, right? Bella went in that tank alive. And if you sit and listen to the first appearance of his court case, it's got 10 million views. And if you sit with earphones and listen to what the solicitors say when they're standing talking, right? Now, they're sealed for a reason, because there's either markings where it's too horrific for the public to be spoken about. The t-shirt, I don't know. Nobody's ever going to find out what it is. But when you're uploading, it's coming to the thing where you're uploading and you're thinking it's just the same thing but different headlines. I mean, I could give you the proof out there. I'm not going to do that. I do it on my other platforms, because there's a difference between following us, and there's a difference between seeing what stuff I've put out there and what I do on live as well. So that's how I didn't really think about YouTube so much. So hit there and subscribe more, and I'll put the proof out that this case isn't going to be looked into, and the proof that Nicole is lawyered up. She's trolling every YouTube channel to see what everybody have saw. Do you honestly think that the Ruzek family lost everything? So think about it. She didn't kill their babies, and I'm telling you that now, she didn't. I think she's went there, stupidly, to see if he done it. I do think she was the brains behind it, because for a 12-year-old, if Cindy had to come and got him help and went, no, that's no his privacy in the toilet every week on a weekly basis, asking God for forgiveness. No, there's something, he's done something. He really has. But I know what he's done. Other YouTubers maybe know as well what he's done, if they've got the original. But I didn't know that was going to get took down, which it has. So the Ruzeks have obviously sold too much, because if it tells you at the start of Netflix, that's how I laugh at people that say that they didn't sell the story. They did. What have they done in memory of her honour? And the Watts family, people think that, the Watts, they forgave their son for everything they've done. I mean, I would take a bullet for my family. Any of my family. Trust me, I would take a bullet. So, until you're in Cindy and Ronnie's shoes, I mean, they're still running around trying to find out what happened to their grandbabies. I mean, Chris could have handled this a wee bit better, I think, if he grew a backbone. But it's either, people are fair to kind of say their right opinion on this case as well, because, they're either getting called victim blaming, Team Chris, or it's like you've got to be Team Shanann before you're liked, or let's just say, Chris Watts, he was just an evil bastard, what he done. That was definitely in him. And I've read everything that's out there about him, every book. I've watched every good afterlife things with her. You name it, I've done it. And trust me, I even seen I think it's what's Obsession and Christina Randall, they had problems talking about this case. So obviously there must be a dark entity about it. So that's how I didn't really want to drag this case on and go on to cases that were on, well, they still are on YouTube, they're actually coming back. But people and kids and just different crimes, different podcasts every night. Listening to Nancy Grace the other night, she's brilliant in the way she puts everything over though. It's just totally brilliant. And I love the way, even the way she talks to a guest, come on and back her up and tell you what's what. Keeping this case open isn't keeping Shanann's memory alive. It's feeding his ego. Right? Four people have came forward and went to the police, and everybody's heard. Two people, you've heard that, but it's actually four that's came forward, and that you hear one of them saying, "Would you take a lie detector?" Yes. Even Dylan Tallman, his book is very interesting, very. So, if you kind of want I would say Chris did find a good friend in Dylan. And Dylan did appreciate all the letters and everything Cindy and Ronnie wrote to them too. Because, like, his mum sadly doesn't keep well. I mean, that guy's changed his life around, Dylan Tallman. I believe he's brought, he's brought The Cell Next Door out, which, yeah, that was a brilliant read. If you're with Amazon Prime books, you get over 100 plus a year for $7.99, and it's brilliant. Cheryl Cadle's books, I mean, she spent 5 hours with him. That must have been really hard for her to sit there. I would have liked to do that though. I'm a person like that. But I mean, no, I didn't think there was like sort of Frank hiding that much. Like you said, to a YouTube channel that he'll tattoo his grave. I mean, the only thing that, what could be Mayor really want to keep his, they did, the Celtics family's memory under the bus. And they didn't care if anybody wants to skip it for this part, but it's true. There's a thing called solicitors, and I believe in the United States you could do that. So, because I mean, look at the Chris Coleman. You only heard about that once, and then bang, that was gone, and that was on YouTube too. But no, I mean, if people still want the old evidence and that in this case, fair enough. I mean, if people want to go over quotes in the book for Dylan, for Cheryl Cadle, for Blood Books managers, from anything, just put it down below, and I'll do different, half a book and a video, but they are really, really good. Cheryl, I take my hat off to you, and I've been told by somebody that lives your way that you hit the jackpot, but you're very well hated. But if you're going to get the truth, then I'll tell you, even the aftermath that she brought out there in the end of February, that was just, every one of her books on the Watts has been brilliant. Apart from, I wasn't keen on the letters for Christopher, because it's I'm a Catholic, don't get me wrong, but it's he's, I get like what he says, he knew when Celeste went in the tank because of the splash, blah blah blah. But it's this John Paul, no. I didn't really find that interesting. I still read it to the end, but I kind of skipped the Bible parts and got back into I just skipped it through on the iPad there. It's easier, so I wasn't wanting to read all the quotes, God, when I can, he doesn't mean it. as you see him at the table with his bairns doing it. So no, I don't believe he's talking utter BS. But his Fitbit said all that morning, the day before. But like I said, remember, bear in mind he was at the party on the 12th, the Sunday. So he done nearly 4,000 steps. Like I said, you see him playing in the pool and that. So I mean, he was playing. That's what I mean. How could you be so calm? I mean, he was planning that for weeks, and just to easily walk away knowing that he was about to spend the rest. Honestly, he really honestly thought he was going to outsmart the police. Do I believe that he was going to move Shanann's car to the oil site? I don't know, but I do believe the car was meant to be moved. I mean, and another thing, when you hear Chris talking to the police, when Nicole Atkinson gets a welfare check, and he goes on about the garage door keeps opening and opening. It keeps opening and opening, yeah, like Frank tells them. The thing on it, the sensor on it was broke. So it was telling you the garage door was opening when in fact the garage door was just opening and shutting itself. So that's when Frank knew that he had done something to his family, and that's when he tell the FBI that to get the data for his truck, and Anadarko had already sent that email. So between that and then Anadarko giving them the names, according to a few sources out Colorado way, maybe 10% that's getting looked into. So it is always going to be a story that it was a good true crime story. It was sad and horrific what happened. I do feel sorry on the Roses and the Watts. That's right, the Watts, because they did lose their grandbabies, even though they forgave their son. Like it says, could I say, alright, just like it says to my husband, that'd be me if he was finished with my son. Deep down in my heart, I was like that. He wouldn't be getting oh, well done. But I'll tell you, I'd be demanding the truth, or I'd be finished. That's what I would be saying. I want the truth, nothing but the truth. Or, come on, Christopher, we'll walk out here now and you'll not ever see us again. And you could keep to your pen pal fans that stupidly send you money. But like Sherilyn Cadle says, women, be aware. He's a proper psychopath. He latches on to the first. He's in love with the first person that gives him attention, like Dylan Tallman says as well. He loves too easy, but yet he still goes on about missing Shanann's cooking, and sitting reading stories to the bairns books. That is sick. But when I heard about the gender reveal, I mean, I knew it was at near $900 anyway. But like I said, the way Nancy Grace does, I mean, I like the studios. I like them better. It's good. You get treated with, I think, respect as well more. But it's the way she puts it over, and her podcast was brilliant about it. I mean, that's what turned him into a killer. Because a £900 gender reveal party, I mean, fair enough, they didn't have the $900. I mean, they were £71,000 in debt. But, I mean, she still, look how much she loved them. The t-shirts went for the football tops, colour coordinated, like she said. And then, even when he had cancer, she saved him, but he killed the family. And then, driving away listening to the song Battery by Metallica, I actually listened to that. Honestly, I mean, I think people's daft enough of listening to music like that. So, I could only imagine how poor Shenan's was at the concert. I mean, that's what I mean. She went to the concert sitting at with him. She didn't like his tattoo, but she didn't say nothing about it. But my opinion on the case is, yeah, you do see loads of unanswered questions, and do you honestly think the Rosick family didn't ken this? As they say, the weirdest people is making money off nosing into their, but yeah, they're the ones, yeah, they would have seen the court appearance and then that's it. They didn't have to go on Netflix. It does not have to go on Netflix, trust me. But the Fitbit, he didn't have the Apple Watch, like I said. He had the Fitbit, so it saw when he slept still. It still showed his activities. A Radley, that's what I had, a Radley. So it still works as it's meant to. Like it says, everyone's got the Apple Watch. My husband's works brilliant, his iPhone. So I do know that they work. But until the DA thing is moves and another one comes along and decides to open it. I mean, we're nearly 8 years on, and on his podcast he's telling you, as far as he's concerned, he's no. But like I said, I do like looking on and watching some of the channels on YouTube, but you watch it and it tells you different headlines, but when you watch it, it's just utter, it's no utter BS, but it's not something new. It's just a new avatar on the front, if you will. But until something new comes up on the watch, unless you want the quotes for Cadle's book, Bloods and Marriages, Letters from Christopher, I think majority of the people have read that. But the Cadle's books were, I mean, do I believe Bella went in the tank alive? Yes, I do. The smothering yet would have still came up because he tried to smother her the first time. So, and he was running out of time, and that wee girl fought back for everything that she had. But see, there's still lies in it, because the Rosicks tell you they didn't know that Bella fought back for her life, when in fact you hear the O'Rourke saying it to the Ruzicks in the private, hearing, remember what we spoke about, and beware, and you hear him saying it. So that's it from me today. So tell us what you think, and I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, good afternoon. It's tea time somewhere.